It's a mega merger, a large transaction. IDFC Group as well as Shriram Group looking to come together and form a $10 billion powerhouse of financial services. And we have with us the top honchos, the corporates involved in this partnership. We have with us Mr. Piramal, Mr. Thyagarajan, Dr. Lall right here with us. Thank you so much, gentlemen, and many congratulations on starting this exclusive talk and the journey, which is going to continue for 90 days. Now, let me start with Mr. Thyagarajan. You have really built Shriram Group from scratch to the kind of scale that it has reached today. I hear stories that you started from a small room and one table was all the office that you had to now the scale that it has reached. Now, Mr. Thyagarajan, this kind of a merger, is that the right move to take the Shriram legacy forward?
You see, growth, if it has to be achieved, you need more and more partners to assist you in the growth. That's how we have grown all these years. It was not one single individual trying to create an enterprise. It was not like that. We have had a series of partnerships over the years, and each one of them has helped us to grow further and further. So this is going to be the latest partnership that we'll be entering into, and it will assist us to grow still faster and be more useful to the community. That's our prime objective.
All right, grow faster. I'll come to more details on how growth can come faster with this kind of a merger. And probably Dr. Lall can share more on the rationale. Why this merger and what do you get with Shriram Group merging with IDFC Bank?
So this merger works at many different levels. As far as IDFC Bank is concerned, first and foremost, it accelerates our retailization process because it adds 20,000 odd crores to just our retail book. It improves our average yields. It improves our ROEs. Therefore, those are the financial aspects of it. But more importantly, directly through absorbing SCUF and indirectly through the association with other group companies that will come under the umbrella of the joint group, IDFC Bank will gain access to over 10 million customers. On top of that, we gain access to over 1,000 new points of presence for distribution. So distribution, new customers, it means that it accelerates also, quite apart from retail assets, our ability to grow our retail liabilities franchise. So those are the key things for IDFC Bank. As far as IDFC Limited is concerned, IDFC Limited becomes an owner of a much stronger bank. IDFC Limited was obliged by regulation by next year to reduce its stake from its current 53% to 40%. This merger allows it to do that very elegantly in a very constructive way. Second, IDFC Group will inherit the earnings, all the earnings
of course,
of what will become a 100% subsidiary, which is the Shriram Transport Finance Company. And that means that for IDFC Limited shareholders, they will have much greater visibility to dividend payouts in the future than in the past. It will acquire a very significant stake in the life insurance and the general insurance companies of the Shriram Group. And therefore, as a financial conglomerate, we expect two things to happen for IDFC Limited shareholders. One is that the EPS, we expect this transaction to be EPS accretive for them, and for the holding company discount to become smaller than it is, and therefore it's a win-win for both IDFC Limited and IDFC Bank shareholders.
It's a complex structure and some of the nitty-gritties need to be understood. But from Mr. Piramal, as an investor as well, a big one in Shriram Group, you're going to stay on in the merged entity even after the merger, Mr. Piramal. And what do you see in this merged entity? What is the rationale for you as an investor also to be in it?
So as an investor, and I think I speak on behalf of the whole Shriram Group because all of us have invested in it, I think there are several advantages. One is clearly the cost of the liabilities will come down. Today, Shriram has a book in excess of 100,000. It's a book which is rapidly growing every year, and so we add almost 20,000 crores of as a loan book every year, and if the costs can come down, that's a significant advantage. That's one thing. Second thing is today Shriram has more than 1 crore of customers all over the country. these customers are those who only take loans from us. But now with coming together of the IDFC group and us, we can now offer other products to the customer. We can offer savings products. We can do wealth management. We can do so many other things. And these are customers who till now have not been even touched by the general banking system. So these are the underserved customers. And I think if we can provide a larger bouquet of products, that will be beneficial to the customer first and to us as well. So these are some of the clear advantages I see. Thirdly, I think this just maintains that over the long run, this will be an institution that will survive over several centuries. A bank it is in the black swan event, and NBFC, that's where you fall back upon a bank. And this gives us an opportunity to do that as well.
So, Mr. Thyagarajan, of course, speaking from the Shriram Group shareholders' point of view, what is the rationale that you could tell them apart from the ones enumerated by Mr. Piramal? Because minority shareholders are going to play a very, very important role. Once the boards approve, your due diligence is over. If you take it to the minority shareholders, the majority of the minority shareholders have to approve, and you have a huge institutional investor base.
You see, when you create wealth faster, which is what we think this merger will lead to, investors get benefited. Minority shareholders, majority shareholders, everybody gets benefited when the enterprise creates more and more value as we go along. The value creation process will be accelerated because of this merger, is what we believe. And therefore, our investors should be happy to welcome this kind of an initiative.
Dr. Lall, if you could enumerate more for the benefit of probably the Shriram Transport Finance shareholders, what do they have in this particular setup? Because they are it's still going to be a separate NBFC, which will be closely held by IDFC Limited. It probably will rule out all the benefits that would come as the overall banking space, because the low cost of CASA, fungibility of the deposit, low cost deposit may not be available because of the structure that you have put it under. And on the other hand, the bank will not get the PSL benefit. So how do you explain the rationale of a merger of this company and delisting?
So I'll just complement some points that Mr. Piramal was making a minute ago, which is that the Shriram Transport Finance Company at the end is just providing asset products to a very large number of what are essentially small entrepreneurs. Now, these entrepreneurs are in tier 3, 4, 5 India. And from a banking perspective, they are underserved. So if we have an opportunity to now provide state-of-the-art, convenient banking services, including liabilities products, to that customer base, I think it will help cement an already strong relationship into an unbreakable relationship between the service provider and the customer. The great strength of STFC has been on a narrow suite of products to develop such a deep and lasting relationship with their customer. By adding a suite of banking products, that relationship becomes, in my view, unassailable.
So their retail branches would also be benefited by the bank under this kind of a setup? Because there is no merger, will you be able to really gain from the synergies? What are those synergies in particular which can come from Shriram Transport Finance and the bank?
See, so this will, so you know, the one of the most fundamental and important changes that has happened in RBI regulations is to allow a bank to distribute liabilities products through a banking outlet or through a banking correspondent. There is no reason why the same arrangement cannot now be fashioned systematically between the distribution points of Shriram Transport Finance and the bank.
All right. So RBI, would you also be looking at a separate structure where you could reach out to RBI to merge this NBFC and seek a special permission maybe in future? Is that something also on the...
Let me add one more benefit. Actually, if the overall cost of funds for the merged entity, the bank and SCUF comes down, that effect will come onto Shriram Transport as well. I can see that the liabilities will come down because the banks, I think whoever we are borrowing from will bring down the cost of funds. So that is going to be a significant advantage. Second thing, I just want to clarify that it will still be a listed entity. Shriram Transport will be part of a listed entity, which is the IDFC Limited. So, because it's a 100% listed subsidiary, there should not be, in our view, too much of a holding company discount, or there should be no holding company discount, because there is no loss, there's no leakage of tax. The dividend, the dividend that is upstreamed into the holding company will not be subject to any additional tax. So that also I need to clarify. So that's another.
So here we have addressed the Shriram Transport Finance shareholders' questions and IDFC Limited's companies' concerns. But IDFC Bank.
So in the future, let me say, in the future, obviously there is an option available.
Yes.
And I think in some ways, to make such a mega merger, you need to take a stepwise approach. So this is the first step, is to get into the SCUF business and the IDFC Bank Limited. As and when that is successful over time, I think it will be natural to look at this. After all, it will be the same group.
Prime driver was IDFC Limited's holding as a parent company in the bank as well. The restriction 40% till October 2018, and thereafter you can go lower. So that is a structure that you will maintain till that time.
I'm not sure that structuring it can be a prime driver of any conversation like this. So so the structuring is you have to do to make something you intend to happen, right?
All right.
So it is a philosophical meeting of minds.
So let me jump to
purpose, alignment of purpose. You haven't touched on alignment of purpose.
Let me jump to one question, Mr. Piramal. You're going to continue as the investor, but your shareholding that you have, of course, depending on the valuations, it would be above 5% in the bank. So as per regulations, then
I don't know what the valuation is unless you are privy to something which I don't know. I can only just say one thing, that whatever in letter and spirit the Reserve Bank will permit, that's what we will do.
But this is not a backdoor entry that many may say.
I don't.
But your banking dreams, are you going to realize your banking dreams through this by any means?
I don't know how you went into my dreams yet. But we will
that
do
is much
whatever.
Talked about because you've tried that. But I'm just asking you.
We never applied for a banking license till now. Let me just clarify.
Okay, last question on cultural integration. That is something that Mr. Piramal, Mr. Thyagarajan, that is something that you both have tried to tackle between Piramal and Shriram. And that is very well known in the market as well, that it's not easy. The cultural integration is not easy. When it comes to IDFC and Dr. Lall, how is that going to really play out? Because in any merger, that is the most important thing for the success.
What do you want to
Ajay was mentioning as to how he has managed in his various acquisitions and all that, how he has managed it very well, this cultural integration. And the relationship between the Piramal Group and the Shriram Group, we again achieved the same integration, very pleasant manner. It has been very good. I think, I'm sure, with the kind of person that Rajiv Lall is, this process also is going to be very pleasant and pretty smooth. I don't think there will be much of a problem in cultural integration.